No normal person has ever butt chugged in their entire life.
I just watched a video a couple days ago about some TikTokers who were eliminated by Cartel for talking bad about them.
$1 million. $1 million for something that you're about to get your beat in is so sad. If you're going to a bar on a Tuesday evening, you have a problem. Who are being caught with their pants around their ankles? Well, then you should have done better. Make a better wine. Make better wine, make better tequila.
Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast. I'm Andrew. This is Nona. We are your super special, amazing hosts. Welcome back. Why are you looking like that?
Super special, amazing.
Yeah. Super special, amazing, delightful, funny, hilarious, beautiful.
Okay. Anyways.
Nice to look at.
What are we talking about today, Andrew?
We're talking about all these YouTube stars and other social media influencers.
Who are being caught with their pants around their ankles?
Sure, maybe. I don't know anything about that, but I'm sure it's happened.
Well, that's a metaphor for being caught
but
in a cheating scandal.
But it's also just as likely that it really happened last night and I just don't know about it.
Oh. Okay.
So we've got the Jake Paul, Logan Paul, whichever one of it is. I think it's Jake Paul, right? Fighting Tyson tonight when we're recording this. Mm-hmm. So this will come out on Monday after the fight's over.
So what's your prediction? I'm
going to make the thumbnail and everything be that Tyson wins. It's just going to be Tyson. I don't know. Man, seeing the clip from yesterday from the weigh-ins, did you see it?
Where he slapped him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you actually watch?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see what led up to that?
Mm-mm.
So Jake, Logan, whichever one it is, stepped on his foot. That's what really sparked it. Apparently that's like a dirty trick in boxing. When you have somebody, like when you're fighting them and you're trying to get some punches and you step on their feet so they can't move back.
Okay.
And so like, obviously I don't know much about boxing, but this is what the
I didn't see that at all. I saw maybe like a 5-second clip, but it almost looked like he had stumbled and was coming up.
He was like crawling up, like
like so where's the foot stomp?
As he was standing and getting in front of his face, he stepped on his foot.
Okay, I must have missed that entirely, but
nobody was looking for it. The only reason I saw it was because people said, and then I went back and I looked, and sure enough, he did. But apparently that's like a dirty tactic that occurred back in the heyday of boxing.
In the heyday of boxing. What would you even call the heyday of boxing? The 70s and 80s?
70s through 90s.
Okay.
So I remember my parents, my dad specifically, always getting the big fights on HBO when I was a kid.
You don't feel like the 90s is when it kind of went to more like WWE, and
no,
I wouldn't call that sanctioned boxing.
No,
that's
it was
all
still
scripted nonsense.
It was still the big fights. It was still like Manny Pacquiao, Holyfield. I think Tyson was still boxing into the 90s. I'm pretty sure he was.
Did you see that? What's his face bought little bedazzled dangles for his ears so that way Tyson doesn't bite them off?
No.
They're wearing
headgear anyways.
Okay, well, he was showing them off in an interview last week or the week before.
Sounds gay.
These little like clip things that go on the top of his ear, and he was like, if Tyson, takes a bite out of these, he'll lose his teeth.
All right, so Tyson's gonna win the fight. I mean, even just the way he slapped him, it was
unless it is literally a setup.
It was a combination of old man strength and speed, but that is like the ability to carry that round around. So they are fighting short rounds. They're fighting like 2-minute rounds, which I believe they're normally 3.
Okay.
In some fights, and maybe this is only UFC, there used to be fights that went to 5-minute rounds. I think that was like UFC championship fights. I don't think they still do that anymore. I think they're 3 minutes. But anyways. They're fighting 2-minute rounds to prevent them from gassing. I think they're
Did you say
fighting.
Gassing?
Yeah, it's running out of gas, getting gassed, being tired. That's what it's called.
Literally never heard that phrase in my entire life.
That's common in like all of sports.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Did you see the pay discrepancy between them?
No.
Tyson's getting 40 million and Jake Paul is only getting 20.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
You don't get paid the most when you're the up and comer.
Okay, but did you see how much he spent on his outfit that he's going to wear tonight?
No.
$1 million. $1 million for something that you're about to get your ass beat in is so sad.
That's what all these guys do is spend money on stuff like that. But so that's
$1 million workout outfit?
It's probably
is it covered in diamonds?
It's probably his
Is it covered
robe.
in diamonds?
I don't know. Probably his walkout robe. So anyway, so the entire point and why this is timely, and in a lot of ways this should be an evergreen episode other than talking about the fight.
Okay.
Is specifically talking about YouTubers, influencers, and the like trying to pivot, not even necessarily pivot, but run with their audience into these other different niches and sectors and products and things like that. So you have everybody's done the coffee thing now. Everybody's done the
coffee thing?
There's a million people have tried. Only a handful have been successful.
I wouldn't say coffee specific. I would say drinks. Because if it's not coffee, then it's some sort of power drink or an alcoholic beverage.
But that's my point. So coffee is one thing. Coffee failed for a lot of them. There's still some fledgling companies that just because they aren't Black Rifle and aren't Starbucks, they have a little bit of market share. Because there's a group of people that hate Starbucks that liked Black Rifle that don't like that Black Rifle went public, so now they've looked for something else. But that didn't come like with an influencer
very specific.
Brand. Yeah, there are people that and now that Justin's been fired, I've seen people pissed off. Oh, you let your best guy go. Well, he didn't really, not to downplay it, but like he didn't really grow the brand. Mm-hmm. He just ran a Facebook group and they never really they grew really, really fast, but it never got like a lot of traction within like, it wasn't like how Drinking Bros was early on when you first met me, where I could like post a picture of the wall and start an argument with 100,000 people.
I had literally never heard of Drinking Bros until I met Andrew, and I still wish I had never heard of Drinking Bros. But that doesn't contribute anything to society. It's literally the dumbest thing in the entire world.
But so you had this whole super big rise 2019 and 2020. So you had an organic growth rise with it. Okay. But then you had the pandemic. And everybody was only doing stuff online all the time. So you had every podcast that was around them was always doing live shows because they had a captive audience, people that were at home and had nothing else to do. So that helped them grow.
Okay, I went through COVID as well without watching or listening to a single podcast. Right, I had plenty to do.
Right, you're one of
I was outside enjoying the beautiful outdoors with my children.
You're one of very few. So everybody grew. Everybody kind of that existed at that point in time grew and kind of exploded in their own ways. But everybody hit a plateau.
Okay.
You couldn't continue. You couldn't maintain that kind of growth because now people are going back to work, going back to the office. People are commuting. For some people, that means they're not consuming content. For some people, it means they're consuming more content. For me, not going somewhere means I'm consuming less because I'm not sitting in the car listening to a podcast. I want to watch something, and watching something like this is something most people are going to put on in the background. They're not going to stare at our faces the entire time.
Right.
So you don't have the ability to just explode like that anymore. And everybody's looking for their next way to generate revenue for their organization. For some people, that's seltzers. For some people, that's liquor. For some people, that's coffee. For some people, that's tea. For some people, that's makeup. For some people, it's boxing. So what is our...
I already said that we need to have our own tequila.
Okay, but the tequila market's saturated. So how do we differentiate?
Having the best tequila.
But how do you do that without making it too expensive so that people actually buy it?
Cultivating it, growing it, and...
You're going to grow...
No. The brand, not the actual plant.
But tequila is such a lockdown, like, because it's like champagne, right? Like, it's only champagne if it's from the Champagne region of France.
Oh, I would not equate tequila to champagne, but carry on.
But tequila has to come from Mexico, more or less, like avocados do at this point. And there's only a handful of growers and cultivators. So breaking into that means that you have to have money or some sort of investor or investment going into it.
All right. Who wants to invest in us?
What are you going to call it?
I hadn't gotten that far. I proposed this idea to you a while ago and you instantly turned it down. So I just stopped talking about it and stopped thinking about it.
No, it's because...
It's literally, guys, every idea I come up with, he's like, no. Every podcast topic, no. Every business idea, no. As soon as it comes out of my mouth, no. So I just stopped talking about it, and then...
No. So you have to...
There's nothing else to talk about.
What will the bottle look like? Will it be...
I literally have already said, I did not put any more thought into it as soon as you said no.
We're talking about it right now.
I'm not going to come up with it on the fly.
Come on, let's brainstorm this right here with the audience.
It's completely pointless because you've already said no.
No, it's not. Leave a comment if you like any of our ideas. So let's start with the look of the bottle. You personally only like...
I only like clear.
Yeah. So you're going to want either the opaque white or fully transparent bottle.
Fully transparent.
Okay. Any substance to the shape, or is it just going to be the standard cylinder, short neck?
Yeah, cork? I prefer standard.
So everything about the branding and marketability of this bottle is going to rely on the label that gets glued to it. Like that's going to be the only unique...
the quality of what is inside of the bottle. That's okay. I have said this 27,000 times. Quality over quantity.
Okay.
That is what's important.
So next step then is, well, before we even get to the actual tequila itself, your label. How's your label going to look? Covered in sugar skulls and that kind of stuff? Or is it going to be...
Sugar skulls? No. When have I ever...
I'm asking, are you going for like the...
No, that's not me at all.
It's not about you. It's about what sells.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to put my stamp of approval on something that's not me.
Okay. But if it doesn't sell and the market isn't there, what are you going to do? What's going to be on the design of the label? Is it going to be like a super plain, like clean label that's all white with just black writing on it?
Possibly.
Okay.
It's very clean, very classic.
Where are you going to get it into to like break into the market? You're going to get it into...
Again, have put zero thought into it because you literally said no. So now you're putting... No, we're not brainstorming.
Yes, we are.
You're putting me on the spot as if, why haven't I created a business plan and proposal for you, Andrew?
I want to brainstorm. We're brainstorming it right here. This is our future potential product. So we're brainstorming it right here.
Okay. That area is your expertise. I have no marketing skills whatsoever. So if you would like to brainstorm that side of the business, by all means, Andrew.
I think a super funny, like promotional video campaign for it would be turning it into like a Sicario kind of video. Did you watch that movie?
You made me watch it with you.
It's a good movie. So you turn it into like a Sicario thing where we go and we invade a farm in Mexico, take it over. Like we're going to reverse, what are those called? The
Cartel?
Yeah.
We're going to roll reversal on the Cartel?
Yeah. And so I just watched a video a couple days ago about some TikTokers who were eliminated by Cartel for talking bad about them. So just bear that in mind. They made the mistake though of specifying names and faces and talking about them and then going to Mexico shortly after. And I think one of them was like a millionaire and lived in Mexico and was like, I'm untouchable.
Gotcha.
My daddy's rich. They found him dead in his Lamborghini.
Oh, wow.
So don't do that. But yeah, we're going to invade Mexico. Maybe we'll create jobs there and people will stay there. Maybe.
Did you see that Mexico was deporting American citizens?
Doesn't surprise me.
They're like, get the out of here.
Well, I just saw that, and I think this is going to be a thing that's going to happen a lot more frequently, especially now that the past has happened. There was a big raid that I didn't actually open the full article, but I saw it on Twitter, linked back to a Reddit article from r/Army, and DOD and some other organizations had raided some business on the U.S. military installation in South Korea, where a bunch of illegal immigrants were working for U.S. businesses within the U.S. military installation. And so they were all kicked out. But that's a whole even more convoluted thing, that whole ordeal there, because there's human trafficking is a big problem over there. I think I've told you that. I don't know if we talked about it on here before.
No, you have not told me, nor have you talked about it.
Oh, well.
This is the first I'm hearing.
We talked about the Juicy Girls, though, one time, right?
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
That's what all that is. People were making jokes about it, too. They're like, oh, they're going to go invade what they call the town that's like right outside of post or base, typically, is they call it a village, the Ville. And that's, you walk right out there and you have your mainstays, like a couple restaurants, some little shops and bars and clubs, and that's pretty much all it is. There's a couple different restaurants, there's some apartments and things like that. It's usually not much of anything to speak of. Nothing that you want to stick around for. Okay. That's the place where you go and get your food and then you go back and you don't really do much out there unless you're out there drinking and partying or whatever. So anyways, we're going to invade Mexico with our reverse cartel. We're going to take over all
So now you're going to get slapped on YouTube with threatening language and warfare tactics.
YouTube, this is
some other wild.
YouTube, this is hypothetical storytelling. We're crafting a story.
They don't care.
Yeah, they do. We're crafting a story for a movie. It's an artistic piece. So,
very artistic, Andrew.
What are you going to have to go along with it? Because I feel like, okay, so let's say we establish a good foothold as a tequila brand. What is going to be the next thing? Like, what is going to be the thing that nobody's going to ever think of until we do it, and then we're going to be like the trendsetter? It can't be cocktails and mixed drinks, because everybody does that. Everybody has their own signature drink. What could you do with tequila that other people aren't doing? Use your whole imagination.
Use my whole imagination?
Yeah. I mean, are we talking like tequila enemas? Are we talking... What?
That's just disgusting.
Right. But we're trying to figure out something that nobody has done. People do butt chugs at frat houses and tailgates and stuff.
No normal person has ever butt chugged in their entire life. No normal person has ever butt chugged in their entire life. Are you making that face because you're saying you've butt chugged?
No. But
you're also not normal.
It's very, very, very...
No normal person has ever butt chugged. So if you are a butt chugger, then you're not normal.
So that basically eliminates all frats and sororities. But that would be the target.
I've been to frat parties. I've been to sorority parties. I never once saw somebody butt chug.
That would be the target audience.
No, I would never target audience of the under 21 crowd, Andrew. I would never target audience that. Plus, they are not buying quality liquor. They're buying quantity over quality.
Some of them do because they want to impress the girl.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. My target market would be like our age demographic.
How many people do you know regularly drink tequila?
I would say it's a very...
I want to... Hold on.
What?
I just want to know like a roundabout number of how much is consumed in the U.S. in general. How much tequila is consumed in the U.S. per year?
Plus the younger generation...
In 2022, 28.97 million 9-liter cases of tequila were consumed in the U.S. This represents a steady increase in tequila consumption over the past decade, with a 10% growth in 2022.
Plus, it really is our age demographic and even a little bit older who are still consuming liquor and alcohol products. Pretty much everybody in the 20s currently have moved to more like THC and other kinds of products. What?
This website is called Latino Metrics.
Okay.
That's who Gemini was quoting there. Well, that math is so weird. Like 28.97 million 9-liter cases. Why wouldn't you just multiply those numbers together and just say 270 million liters?
That's too easy. They want a complicated answer. I don't know. I can't answer this for you.
So 10% growth.
But no, we're not butt chugging, and we're not encouraging butt chugging behavior.
Okay. I'm not going to tell people what to do with their bodies.
I'm not encouraging butt chugging behavior, guys. If you want to butt chug, then I think you want to do something else.
Who do you think consumes more tequila than the U.S.?
Besides Mexico?
Mexico's not even in the top 5. You will literally never guess this.
China?
Yeah. China's the number 1 consumer of tequila in the world.
I only guessed China because you said you would never guess this.
Yeah. So the trends in the U.S. have been growth in tequila and American whiskey and a decline in rum. Rum was on
really sweet.
Rum was on an upward trend 2002 to 2012 and then plateaued, and now it's been falling off.
Yeah, rum and Cokes. That's pretty much like
the standard bar drink. $2
right.
Tuesdays or whatever.
Sure.
Or it was $2 Tuesdays is what they called it.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so
I don't think you can go anywhere and pay $2 for any drink now.
You'd be surprised.
Any drink that you could actually consume.
Yeah. So you have...
I mean, hell, Pepsi and Coke products are more than $2 just by themselves now. They're like freaking $4.
You have...
For a Diet Coke.
You have businesses that, like Freedom Wind Tunnel, for example, right?
Okay.
They knew they could sell out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all holidays without any issue. They had zero goals or plans to run any promotion on a weekend or on a holiday. They only wanted to run marketing campaigns Monday through Wednesday.
Okay.
And same thing with a lot of these sports bars. iFly is going to be like this.
Yeah, because no normal person goes to a bar on a Tuesday evening when they have to get up and go to work the next day. If you're going to a bar on a Tuesday evening, you have a problem.
It could be a date. You could be going to watch a sporting event.
You have a problem.
You could be going on a date.
You have a problem.
You could be going to a sporting event.
You have a problem. You have a problem.
No, that's not true.
You have a problem.
It's not true.
You have a problem.
And it's not only
you have a problem.
It's not only bars that sell tequila.
You have a problem.
It's not only bars that sell tequila.
You have a problem.
You can go to a Mexican restaurant. You can go to literally any restaurant, I believe, and get tequila. I can't think of a restaurant that doesn't sell, unless they are like a specialty shop. If they are a distillery that only does rum, like Tansies, or they're a brewery that only does beer, then sure. But
speaking of Tansies, when I was at Trader Joe's yesterday with Chloe, I saw a random dude walking around with Instill Distillery sweatshirt, and I almost wanted to go up to him and be like,
you should have taken a picture and sent it to him.
Ew, I wasn't gonna be a creepy person.
Why? It's probably somebody that knows me.
Who knows? But I will never know. So if you're the random person in Trader Joe's who is walking around with the Instill Distillery hoodie,
his book's coming out.
Congratulations to him.
It's on pre-sale right now.
Yeah, and the co-author.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Eric Tansey and Eric Tansey only.
Yep. So
good job.
I believe when he told me about it initially, it was supposed to come out, and it might still be coming out like the first week of January.
Okay.
I think that's the official release. I think this is still only pre-sale, which that's a long pre-sale, 6-8 weeks. No, because it started the beginning of this month. So 2 full months basically of pre-sale.
Nice.
And I've seen a decent amount of people posting screenshots of, they're like, oh, I got mine. I got my pre-order or whatever.
Nice.
But I wonder how much of that is going to persist like through the holidays, people actually buying it for like family members and friends, or buying an extra copy to have signed, or whatever the case might be.
How do you do that as a gift? Do you just like write them a note and say, I ordered you this book, but it won't actually arrive until like February?
It'll arrive in January. It'll arrive.
Or whenever the case may be, obviously after Christmas. Like, how do you do that as a gift?
They get, so a lot of, when you do pre-orders, and this is how it worked with a couple of the other books that we ran, the insert that is actually typically signed, that comes separately. Because you'll still get the book directly from an Amazon warehouse, but you'll get your insert separately.
What?
Yeah. So they're probably, and I don't know this for a fact, I'm just assuming, but they're probably going to mail the inserts to people who buy like a special edition or visit his website, or Simon & Schuster's website, or what, I think it's Simon & Schuster that's printing it, but yeah, doing that. And I mean, we're still talking about spinning off businesses because he is a YouTuber, podcaster as well.
And now an author.
Yep. I think he was really, really good with picking the title. Pig Latin is funny because there's a lot of
innuendos.
People are called pig, or cops are called pigs a lot of times.
Right.
Pig Latin is the whole adding the stuff at the end of the word. But the cover title, or the cover art, was pretty cool. It's like a neon light of a pig that's a cop.
Cute.
Like what I'm talking about, like one of those bar lights where it's like the outline neon.
I can picture what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I can picture it.
Yeah, so it looks cool. I think he should actually have one made for his set, for his podcast set, because that's kind of like the look and vibe. It's like a chill, dark. I
think I've seen one picture. It looks almost like he's in a basement. I don't think they're actually in a basement, but that's the look and vibe that I get.
They're in a music school studio in Clayton.
Okay.
Wait, didn't you go there with me, or did you stay outside?
I was not there, Andrew. The only time that you and I ever went to Clayton together was to go to Instill.
I'm trying to think why I was there. Maybe it was...
It was probably when you went to the NC State game.
No.
Okay, so then I don't know.
It might have been on my way back from Durham. I think I might have
Probably to finally pick up your stuff that you left at the NC State game, like a whole year later.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Sounds like you.
Maybe.
Sounds like you.
I mean, I don't drive up there very often. Not going to make a
Or
dedicated
you just
trip.
make sure to gather up all of your belongings the first time around.
How was I going to do that? My car was parked 2 miles away in the opposite direction of where his car was in the tailgating parking lot. He can't leave and come back into the stadium, so I can't take his keys to unlock the car. So how would you do that?
Your chair that you had there?
Can't take it in the stadium. It's locked in his car. My car is parked 2 miles in the opposite direction.
Gotcha.
How am I going to go to his car, which is locked?
You never told me that part.
This is... why would I need to tell you that part? It's like clear as day.
Yeah. Okay, except it's not clear as day for me.
Okay. Well, you haven't been to very many sporting events.
You're right.
So.
I went to my very first one 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah. Yep.
So, no, it's not clear as day for me.
Okay.
I have never been tailgating before.
So let's we're gonna start doing the thing like real YouTubers do, where you do the ad reads separately from the video. That way they can be recorded without setting all of this up, and we don't have to remember to do it during the show. Mm-hmm. But I do want to remind people about our 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Go check the rules. There's a post in the community tab. I've had some complaints from some people that are like, I can't visit your website. It's because you don't live in a country that I allow any of my clients or personal websites or business websites to be viewed. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Tell your country not to be on the axis of evil, and then you can you can be allowed back in. Or use a VPN. If you really want to see it, use a VPN.
Okay.
Yeah. The giveaway ends on the 23rd, I believe. How many days away is that? Today's the 14th, 15th. So you got about 8 days to reach 2,000 subscribers. And then the 28th, I believe, is the day that I have marked that will announce who the two winners are.
Thanksgiving. We're announcing on Thanksgiving.
We have an episode coming out on that day. So it's going to be in that video.
This is news to me.
It's on the rules. Did you read the rules?
No, I didn't freaking read the rules. I'm not entering into our own giveaway.
Scott had some of the designs for me to look at before I show them to you for revisions, but that'll be one of the things that we do going into the future will be merch purchases. Everybody does like spend X amount of dollars, get points towards whatever the giveaway is. So we'll figure out some giveaway stuff into the future. There's a Twitter account called Santa Decides.
Okay.
And Santa will tell you whether or not you're on the naughty or nice list.
I thought it was rigged and tells everybody that they're on the nice list.
No, it's an actual person that runs this account. He's very, very, very opinionated. It's really funny.
I saw exactly one post and it looked like I will automatically send you approval.
No, he said anybody that comments on this post, I'll reply back with whether you're on the naughty or nice list.
The point being, if Andrew comes out saying he's on the nice list, don't even believe him because it's bullshit.
I am on the nice list.
Yeah, because he was just approving everybody.
No, he wasn't. He was doing deep dives into people's profiles. If you had anything about communism in there, you're going to put on the naughty list. If you drink eggnog, you're on the good list. What is it called? Not the good list. The
nice list.
Nice list, yeah. If you own any sort of firearms.
Okay.
If you're pro-America, all of those. If you believe in Santa. Basically, if you're just a good person.
Anyways.
But he's doing giveaways with Daisy, the BB.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I reached out to them as well to potentially do something with them and then have Hellfire do laser engraving on it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what the design would be though. That's kind of going to be the sticking point right now. Is like, what do we put on this BB gun
Are we not allowed to do he's wrong, she's right?
No, we can, but I want it to like look cool. Like I think if we did like a Western style of the logo or something, we could do like silhouettes of you and I dueling. That'd be cool. Or be cashing out with our finger guns that we do all the time.
That'd be cute.
That'd be, oh my gosh. Birthday, Christmas idea. Boom.
Birthday, Christmas idea. Do you hear that?
Because he's like me, has a Christmas-ish birthday. So it can be one or the other. I'm just saying like they're both coming up. I can do it for either one. Okay. Obviously timing shouldn't be that off, but so the ones that we have that came in that pack, which apparently it's like something that they only do once in a while. So we just like lucked into getting that, the adult and kid, they had a term for it. It's not like combo pack. They actually had a cool term for it, for what it was.
It's like a father-son pack.
Kind of, yeah. But they actually have like a term for it. But anyway, so they have some variations and designs and things that they bring back every so often for like an anniversary of when A Christmas Story came out and things like that. Like the exact one. They have some very niche, like one-off versions that I've never even seen before. And they're like, oh yeah, it's this like fancy name. So but a lot of them have
this fancy name.
Yeah. A lot of them on the buttstock already have something carved, engraved, etched into whatever you want and painted in or whatever. So I think having a blank canvas, which would probably be a cheaper model, like out of the box, and then have it done so that it's literally one of one. It's not taking the already custom version and then adding something to it. It's literally one of one for our show.
That'd be really cool.
Because they've got CNC.
Cash would be so happy.
Yeah, they've got CNC mills. They've got lasers and all that stuff. So basically the limitation on this design is what my dumb brain can come up with. They have the tools. I just don't have the knowledge.
You mean creativity?
Yeah. Yeah. I also don't know how to use the software because I've never used it before. So I don't.
Okay.
I'm sure I can learn it.
I'm sure you could as well.
It would probably lead to me
imploding your brain cells.
No, like falling into that rabbit hole though. Because you know, like when people go into like microbrewing and winemaking and stuff like that, they just like
that's all they talk about.
They start
just like vegans.
But yeah, they start into it and then they're like, oh, now I have to get all this, and I have to buy this, and I have to buy this. It's kind of like what we do with the podcast.
Yeah.
So imagine me going down that rabbit hole.
This is our rabbit hole hobby.
Yeah.
Now it just needs to generate us money.
Yeah. Yep. More money. We get a little bit of money. Not sustainable yet. So yeah, probably going to do something. It might not be directly with Daisy, but it'll be on their product because they have the best product. What else? Back to the tequila.
It's a moot point.
Are you going to do flavored?
It's a moot point, but
No.
yes, I wanted to do 3. I wanted to do a spicy one because that's my go-to. I wanted to do a really good, obviously just clean, clear tequila, and then probably one other flavor like hibiscus.
So you remember when we were at, oh my gosh, the one that was the fake vineyard that would look like it was on the lake.
The very first one that we went to in Michigan?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Lincoln? Anyways, remember how when I asked them for samples and they were like, oh, well, we don't do straight pours of that because it's not like it's not up to our standards, but we'll make mixed drinks with it. Mm-hmm. You're going to go straight to sipping tequila, or are you going to have...
Yeah, it needs to be sippable. And the rule of thumb is if it makes me shudder, then it's shit, and it needs to still be worked on. I should be able to sip it without shuddering.
How much do you think this bottle of tequila is going to cost?
I was thinking 50 is the target market, probably closer to 75 for...
In like in a little baby bottle. Because we don't have volume.
Because we don't have volume?
Like scale for the operation.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking 2 sizes.
So baby bottle and medium bottle.
We're not talking like airplane size bottles.
To get to that price point, though, you have to have enough sales volume for it to be
Okay, fine. Then we would start with one size.
Okay.
And perfect it.
What are those balls?
Balls? What are you talking about?
They're
attached to you.
Okay.
What balls are you talking about?
I don't know. I saw them at the ABC store. There's like a red one, a green one.
I have literally. Oh, actually, I do know what you're talking about. You were just so vague with that, but because you said the ABC store, they have like 15% alcohol or something crazy, and it's basically just like this really high potency shot.
You know how
drink.
You know how people do, or not people, but
they're called buzz balls, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
You know how the distributors, you know, they'll put those little hang things on the neck of the bottle.
Yeah.
I think that is where you make your money on this. So rather than just having the mini bottle sample, you hang your core ingredients other than your fresh, like your lemon lime stuff. Like you hang whatever else off your bottle so people know exactly what you had when you created your first cocktail with it.
The perfect margarita.
Yeah. Here's your starter ingredients. You use
Nona's signature margarita.
Yeah. You put it in a little sombrero.
Now you're just getting too cheese ball. I don't like cheese ball, and I wouldn't sell cheese ball.
No, but that's what you
I wouldn't sell cheese ball.
People see that stuff at the liquor store, and they're like, that's cool. I like that. That's ingenious. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Cheese ball or no cheese ball?
They think I'm right. They're like, yeah, this is a good idea. I'm going to steal it before you guys can do it because you're poor.
Okay. Have fun with my tequila, everybody.
Nona has to taste test it, though. You have to get her approval. Send it to us.
Again, if I shudder, then it's shit.
If you know, it'd be hilarious if we just started getting all these tequilas from random places and they're like, hey, try us out.
I wouldn't say no to that.
But
which is really funny because I have like not been drinking at all this year.
The amount of bottles, though, you just have them, they just be all over the set.
That would be really funny. Or we would start decorating our mantle before filming.
And then you would have to, the more you get, the more you have to revisit some of the old ones so you can really taste the difference. Or end up like that woman that was like dragging you through the mud for drinking wine out of order.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
You know, that was funny.
I mean, all of her wines were really bad, so it didn't matter what order.
I mean, I was laughing on the inside. Was I showing it on the outside?
I didn't care.
Was I? I know, but was I showing on the outside that I was laughing?
No.
Because I knew the whole time. I could just tell by your
I was being polite. That's what you do to be polite.
That's only polite if you're a person that doesn't know your mannerisms. So I know it, so I'm sitting there laughing.
I'm being polite. I'm letting the person talk because that is what they want to do. So I'm just letting them talk.
She wanted to impress you with her wine.
Well, then she should have done better. Make a better wine.
Okay. They did have cool decorations, though.
Yeah, it was like a 1910 house that got turned into a wine cellar.
Yep. So on that note,
make better wine, make better tequila.
Buy Nona's
made up
tequila.
idea.
Buy Nona's tequila. What else can we do to spruce it up?
Spruce what up?
The tequila. Like there needs to be something super unique about it.
What would be unique is how high quality it would be.
That's what Patron is.
Patron is not high quality. What
Patron
are you talking about?
quality.
Oh my God.
Patron is high quality. You know, right?
I hope everybody drags you for that.
They won't.
Drag your freaking ass.
All right. So make sure you jump on the giveaway this month and see about doing something in time for Christmas. And once we get the tumblers in, You guys are going to love that design. It's
I'm
funny.
excited to see them.
Yeah. So yeah, 50. And
Did you take them over yesterday?
no, they haven't showed up yet. They're showing, so
What?
the delivery,
I'm so confused. I could swear I heard you saying to Chloe the other day.
they were supposed to be delivered. The window was Wednesday through tomorrow. They haven't even shipped yet. Still.
God, or they're gonna arrive tomorrow. Not even here.
It's one of those sold on Amazon but ships themselves.
They're like China.
And so here's the thing. When I placed the order, it said they only had 2. So it was 25. They're 30-ounce tumblers. It's 25-pack multicolors, right?
Right.
And in the image, there's one row of 12 or 13 of them that's a single color. They're matte, like one blue, one black, one green.
Right.
And then the other 12 or 13, I don't remember which is which. It's obviously not half because there's 25.
Or like the Stanleys that I got the girls where it's like 2 colors.
Yeah, gradient of 2 colors. Yeah.
It's called ombre.
It's like gradient.
Ombre.
A gradient.
It's called ombre. That's what it is.
Gradient. Anyways.
Ombre.
So about 20 of them we need already for guests. Mm-hmm. So the other 30 some of them will reserve for guests, but assuming they come out well, and because they don't have, so like on yours, I don't know if you noticed this, but it was the first thing I noticed when I picked up the one where the logo wasn't aligned with the Yeti logo. I looked at it and I was like, this isn't your fault, but I know she's going to get mad at me about this.
I didn't say anything.
It was the first one. So it wasn't like perfectly aligned. He's like, well, next time I can actually put it, because the laser has like a wheel that turns. So the laser shoots down from above and then the wheel turns it, but it has to go through like an alignment thing first. Because it wants to check the circumference, be able to map the design out. So when you put it on, even if you align the logo perfectly up or perfectly down, that doesn't mean that's where the laser is going to start.
Gotcha.
So he has to do a separate step where when he puts
yes. He knows that I am OCD and everything has to line up perfectly.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything.
So based on
Not a single thing.
based on
I
the
might have thought it, but I didn't say it.
based on the product images, which from a weird random gibberish seller on Amazon that's making knockoff tumblers doesn't mean a lot. I'm not expecting the lids to look like the lids did in the images because they look like they're actually pretty cool. So I'm expecting to be disappointed on that.
So you're expecting janky, but hoping for
Yeah.
not janky.
But the reviews are funny.
Okay.
The reviews, half of them are clearly being intentionally SEO-y. Like they're stuffing the entire product name and the description into their review.
Gotcha.
It's like, I bought blah, 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 blah. Like literally copy and pasted. You're on the product.
Okay.
We know that you bought that product because it says you're a verified purchaser.
Okay.
But the whole review is like, I bought this and I love it because of these specs. No real person
right.
talks about how the layers of insulation in their knockoff Yeti is. The things people talk about is the paint lived up well or it chipped. It kept my drink cold or it didn't. It kept my drink hot or it didn't.
And the seal of the lid. That's the third thing that somebody would talk
It
about.
wore off in the dishwasher
Right.
or it didn't. They look cool or they don't. It's very, very obvious when there's fake reviews,
SEO
which
spam.
the FTC is cracking down on that big time, especially with Amazon this year. So that'll be fun to see.
Nice.
So yeah, once those come in, I'll just line the whole room with them since there's 50 of them.
Okay.
We'll do
That'll be really fun for me.
We'll do-
I'm so excited.
We'll do a deep dive to see if we even recommend them because maybe they'll just be something that we give away because they're.
complete trash.
So I think, what did I say I got them for? About $5-6 a piece. I got 50 of them for under $300. So it's $6 a piece.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. And then $5. So it costs as much to laser engrave them as it does to buy them. But normally that wouldn't be the case. Normally it'd be like a $50 tumbler with $5 laser engraving. So whatever. So yeah, check back for those. Whatever we decide to do with them, depending on the quality, we might put them on the store. We might make them a giveaway item. I don't know yet. That'll be completely based on whether or not they're good or not. But going back to the listing on Amazon, it did the thing where it was like, oh, hurry, only 2 left or whatever. When I went back to check on the status of the order, I clicked on the page that says there's 11 left now.
Scammers.
Well, they probably are doing them like, what's it called? Like making them per order, like made to order kind of deal. That's probably why it's taking so long. They probably didn't actually have inventory of them. They're probably painting them right now.
No, they're probably getting them from like Alibaba or Temu or something like that. It's a third-party shipper.
Maybe.
Exactly. You don't know where they're coming from. Yeah. Anyways, we'll find out for you guys and we'll test them out.
Yeah. They'll be, I guess, as early as Thursday. If we get them this weekend and we record on Monday, the first time they'll be able to see them is next Thursday.
Gotcha.
Or this coming Thursday for when you guys watch this. So, thank you for tuning in. This is Nona. I'm Andrew. Goodbye.
What was that? A boop on the nose? I'm not a dog.
Shh. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.